Welcome to the next episode of the Elevation Podcast. My guest today is an actress, worship leader, a mom, a juggler of all things of life, Elvia Hill.
Hello.
Nice to have you on.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, my pleasure. I always like to start these with the why behind it and how we met. So this podcast was created because I've met really cool, creative people like yourself thanks to the world of coffee. And I always say, like, coffee is the most connective thing on the planet, not just because it goes from this plant and touches 50 hands before we drink it, but because that's where we meet so many people over it. And I would never have met you if it wasn't for our buddy Roy, who found a location for you to shoot a short film in it. And we did a whole back scratch deal. We're like, all right, like, Roy, you do me some stuff. We'll give them the location. And I got to be on the set the whole time it was being shot. And it was so cool to see what goes into an 8-minute short film. So that was awesome. So yeah, that's where I just want to dive right into that. Sidewalk Serendipity. Where'd that idea come from?
That idea came from another idea, honestly. I have a friend, Blake Cortez, who ended up being my co-director and cinematographer.
We love Blake. I've already recorded an episode with Blake here too. So.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. So we wanted to work together again because I was in one of his short films. And so I wanted something where I could be in it, you know, create my own stories. And so the first shot that you see in the film, aside from the B-roll that
my baristas are in,
are two people walking, and I really wanted it to start a story like that, but meeting on the dance floor and there being bachata, something in the dance floor where they meet and dance, and the story goes from there. But because this was my first project, I didn't have a budget really at all.
You don't have like a lot of money rolling in?
No. Right. I needed something that was in one location, one day, and so we decided we were going to do a coffee place and have that shot start kind of the scene and the story, and that's how your place came about, because I was looking at a lot of different places, but there was something about the outside of the building that was kind of New York-esque as well, and it was very beautiful.
Very Brooklyn almost.
Right, and beautiful on the inside. So I really wanted that location. But so the story was, I wanted something that was cute, adorable, that I could be in, that was easy to do one day. And so we wrote that up. I had a lot of friends help me with the script because it was my first time writing something. So it, just came about that way, and it still was changing on the day at set, as always. So, that's how it came about.
That's awesome. So the creative process is, again, what this is kind of all about, because there's going to be somebody, I'm nobody famous. People are going to tune into this because they know me. They know that what I've built has been cool, and they want to hear the people that I bring on, because if I bring you on, you're going to have a creative story to tell. And one of them is my daughter. My daughter wants to write one day. She constantly is writing her own scripts, whether it might be a book, comic book, movie, TV show. She doesn't know. She just constantly writes. Do you mind telling your writing process of writing something like that?
So I'm not much of a writer either.
Okay.
And, I'm just learning as I go. I ask a lot of questions to friends I know, like Roy really helped me a lot with that. So did Blake. But really, it's just writing the story I kind of want to see on the screen. And there's certain blocks that you want to hit as far as the story goes. It has to have a beginning, middle, end, and there's in between points that you want to hit. And so it was really hard for me. It was a lot of script revision.
Oh my gosh,
because sometimes you don't get it the first try. Sometimes you have to build momentum in certain places and take it out in others. And eventually you get to a place where it's something that you can actually film. And then you go from there. It's just always constant work and always revising and asking people if you don't know. But I mean, you learn from it, and
absolutely, yeah. That's part of it. I mean, you're just learning as you go, and you're getting better as you go too. And part of that writing process. So you said you started with the idea of kind of the meet cute, right? The bumping into each other, not a dance floor this time, on the sidewalk, which is why it's called Sidewalk Serendipity. Did you have the end figured out first? The middle? Like, how did that process go?
I want the beginning, because obviously I wanted that shot.
Right.
So we started off with that shot where the two meet, and then it kind of went from there. I don't honestly remember the rest, to be honest.
So you were just like, hey, I have this great opening scene, and we're going to build from there. I kind of love that, actually, because you get the big idea. The same with me. I was like, I want to have a coffee shop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where do I build it? How do I build it? Yeah, and then you have to go from there. And sometimes it's not exactly the plan.
Yep.
But you got to keep going.
Yeah. And then also, I think sometimes the script changes based on the people that you cast, on the location, because it did change as those pieces were fitting in together. Like Victoria is one of the characters in my script, and I knew who I wanted the actress to be. And as I spoke with her, we kind of changed the dialogue a little bit, and I made it to be something a little bit different than it originally was, but it was based off of her and the person that she could play, and she ended up doing a really, really good job with it.
Yeah. And then from there, it's like you have 4 characters, right? Other than the B-roll, we don't credit Caleb, who's my barista in it. He doesn't get
I also
any
have
credits.
some extras in there.
And some extras, yeah. You have to have those people in there.
Right.
You know, they're there to support and help. How'd you go about casting the other roles in it?
It was people that I knew were good actors.
Okay.
Whether I did acting class with them, like Brianna, who was my Victoria, Dominic Medina. He was also taking acting classes where I was, and I saw him perform, and I thought he did a great job. And then the person that played my lead actor, his name's Dee. I met
He's a director. Right?
He's a cinematographer, yes, and he directs too. And I met him on set, where he was DPing, and I loved his look. Like, I really wanted someone of color to play
Tall,
this
dark, and handsome.
Tall, dark, and handsome. Exactly. So I asked him if he knew anyone.
Hinting at, do you know yourself? Because I need you in this role. I get it.
Yeah. Do you act? And he decided he wanted to be part of it.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So it was his first time acting, and I think it worked really well because it was kind of like this awkwardness about it that makes the scene realistic, because he's on a date, and there's those nerves and just like the
Some
impression.
of them are real, though.
Yeah. The impression you want to give sometimes is not who you are in real life. So I think there was this awkwardness about it that really worked well.
Yeah. Shooting that short film, like, again, I don't do film. I don't do any of this. I've had 0 studies of any of it. Being there, watching the whole set, like, you got there super early, filmed the outside stuff. We were there till midnight or so. It was like a 16-hour shoot day for an 8-minute film. Like,
I know.
It's one of those things that I don't think the people on the other side of the camera or listening to this, like, or myself, I had no idea what went into that. And it wasn't just that. Like, I guess we'll talk about that first before jumping to the rest. Like, how does that go? Do you know, like, would you have gone till 2 a.m. if you had to get the shot you needed? Would you?
Yes, right. But I knew everyone was working really, really hard, and like I said, I had no budget for this, so I didn't want to have people there longer than they had to be. So there were so many shots we wanted to get done that we didn't because of time, and also. We didn't calculate for how hot it was going to be outside, how long it would take to film certain things because of the shadows or the reflection we saw in mirrors. So, sometimes we'd see the boom, or we would see the camera. So that cut into time that we really needed.
It's so cool to see the minute details that go into it. Yeah.
And so there was one shot we had to keep doing over and over and over again, just because we kept seeing things that we didn't want on screen. That
was it in the seat, like with the so there was a shot I was watching, and I remember I think Blake was there. It wasn't a scene that you were in, though.
Well, maybe not the one you're thinking of, but the one I'm thinking of, I was.
Okay, because there's another one where both you guys were behind the camera, almost like like you were directing it, but he was the one like kind of like on the camera, and I was just like, I don't remember, I was probably talking with Roy or somebody, and I'm like, what are they doing here? I have no idea. I was just like, what is happening? Like, it's like the same thing. Those poor actors are just sitting there just like,
Yeah. And if you're doing it outside and it was really, really, really hot, everyone's face is melting off and makeup and but the scene I was thinking of was outside, and because of the sun, there was like a reflection, or we could see the boom. So we kept having to do it over and over again.
Gotcha.
And it can get really frustrating.
Oh, I bet. Especially if you're like on a hot sidewalk. And did you get, maybe you don't want to answer this on camera, but did you get permits to do that? Or was it just kind of like, just straight up like, we're going to shoot this and if people walk in, we'll just redo it?
Yeah. I'm mostly very unorganized throughout my life, but there's certain things I'm really like type A on, and that set was one of those things. I had a whole binder. I went to a women in film and TV class where they talked about permits. I got the permits for that day. Wow. I got insurance for the cameras because I did not want to have to come out of pocket for anything. These people spend money on this equipment, and it's really, really expensive. So I had to be organized because I didn't want to let anyone down.
That's so cool. Like I didn't. You don't know how much care goes into this type of things. I'm just the background guy watching, and I'm just like amazed by what goes on to it. And I thought the same thing when you were filming it back and forth. I'm like, man, what if just a random person walks in on this or like jumps in? But it was cool to see like there's permits and stuff involved.
Yeah, and we were open to people walking by and it being like naturally people walking by.
Oh yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, and we had those signs. We had it, so if someone walked by, they knew that like they might come out on camera, and so we weren't responsible.
Then you're gonna get the one guy who actually does it and tries to get on camera. Yeah. He's just like walking slow through the scene. Like, guys, cut.
Yeah.
So you wrote it, you starred in it, you also directed it. Was it your first time directing something?
Yes.
Yeah, how was that experience?
It was good. It was good, but like I said, I didn't really have a lot of knowledge. What I do know how to, I guess, direct is the actor itself because I'm an actress. And so that was mostly my job, is directing these actors to give a performance, to understand the scene. And that was really great. I really loved being on the other side of the camera.
I bet, yeah. You was like you said, you're type A, but also like not type A in some situations. It's like, did you feel like you were constantly like on them about something, or were you just like, or were you on the other side? Were you just like you seem like the very encouraging type, you know? You were just like, oh my gosh, you nailed that. But let's go again just to be safe, you know? Like.
So do you remember if I did that or not? I remember like for Brianna's scene, coaching her because I really wanted her to be like this kind of crazy, psychotic, but in a sensual way. Person, and so I'd say, okay, act like you want to eat him in this scene, and, you know, and it was fun to be able to do that and like coach her through that, because I'm not very good with the technical aspects of the filmmaking.
Gotcha. And technically, you mean just like the names of what you have to do, like, hey, I need you to. I don't even know the terms of them either.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I want a wide shot for this, or I want, you know, like this angle, that angle. I want it to have, you know, like there's certain levels that the camera has to be in and angles. And once you film that way, you can't do another shot in another angle because, you know, there's that line.
And stuff. Yeah.
So, and I don't know all of that jargon. So, but thankfully everyone on set did, and Blake knew, so he could help me out. And so I had a lot of pros on my set.
That's great. Surround yourself with great people. And
exactly.
That's a quote that I love. It's just like, show me your friends and I can show you your future type thing. So it's like, you surround yourself with good people, you're going to have a good future.
Yeah.
And the film did well. It went on to, I don't even know how many festivals it went into.
11, I believe. 11. And we went to 11.
14 for some reason. I was trying to count the poster or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And I think there were more that weren't on the poster.
Yeah, that's true. There was more that aren't on the poster, and some of them are duplicate if we were nominated for something.
Gotcha. Okay, maybe that's
so you'll get a laurel for that, and then you can put that on the poster.
Okay. So what is the festival hustle like? Like getting into the festivals, going to them, promoting it? Like, it seems like a full-time job.
It is, and I didn't realize how expensive it was. So really, most of my budget went to these submissions. There's a platform where you submit your film. You have to do a cover letter. You have to have a nice poster. A trailer has to be made, and then you kind of sell yourself on there, on your profile for the film. You're submitting to all these projects. Sometimes they're $10. Sometimes they're $60. And depending on the time that you submit, if it's an early submission or late submission, it can get more expensive.
Oh, gosh. You might not get accepted.
Exactly. Most of the time, you don't. I submitted to maybe 30, and I got into those
1/3. That's
yes.
not a high percentage.
Right. But I'm really happy with the ones that it got into because a lot of them were Latino film festivals, which is my target audience. So that was really, really exciting. But yeah, it was a lot of research, which initially I didn't do. I was just submitting to the ones that I knew. I was like, this one sounds great. Let me
done. Submit, done. Take my money.
And then never hearing from them again.
Cannes, you submitted to Cannes Film Festival?
No. At that point, I was like, maybe that's not a good idea.
Like,
that's
we'll scale back on that one a little bit. I don't think we have that in the budget.
Yeah, I sent it to Tribeca or,
Did you?
I think so.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, but I didn't get in. But you know what? I did
shoot your shot, though.
Right. I could have. Who knows? Someone might have liked it and
said, hey, let's make a feature out of this.
Yeah. But really, I did it so that I can go to these film festivals and meet other people.
Yeah.
And just it was the exposure really that I wanted.
It's the network. It's like you said, it's the selling yourself a little bit because like the acting hustle, it's also a grind, right?
Yeah.
Let's start with why did you get into acting in the first place?
So I've always been a creative person, mostly through singing. And as I got older, I became a mom, I stopped doing really anything that had to do with that. It wasn't until I had a friend pass away.
Sorry.
It's okay. He was really young, and I kind of had this...
epiphany.
That life is very, very short, and I really wanted to do something other than being a mom and a wife at the time. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, maybe I should model and act. And I Googled it, and I kind of got the steps, and I did it. I took a nice picture. Yeah, I submitted online. I made a little resume, and then I heard back, and I started auditioning.
Oh, you make it sound easy. Okay. I give up.
It was easy to start it, but I mean, you have to put in a lot of work and have to research because there's a lot of scams out there. And I think what really helped was that this is very vain to say, I know, but I am not my good-looking person, so it's like, oh, okay, yeah, you have a good smile, you look, like the demographic that the commercial market is
yes.
Is working.
There's an age range, a height, a weight. There's you fit the model,
the bill,
yeah.
And so that it worked out in my favor, honestly. But it was just commercial work at first. Because acting, it's not the same. They really want someone that has experience.
Right.
There's every once in a while there'll be people that they'll look for that are brand new, never have acted a day in their life. But they're natural. Yeah. It's so rare. So I had to take acting classes and really work on my craft to be able to start booking those TV film roles or movies. Mm-hmm. And I'm still working on that and still working hard. Oh, yeah. It's really hard.
A lot of rejection in the film industry.
Rejection. Yeah.
My daughter and I were talking about that because again, she doesn't want to act or be in front of the camera, but she's all those other things, and she was just like, but she asked us questions like, what does it take? How many auditions? This and that, and I was thinking certain things. I'm like, well, if you're lucky, like, have you ever seen a movie called The Bronx Tale?
No.
I know Roy has. Fantastic movie, but
I probably have. I just
can't remember. The guy who directed it starred in it, but it was a story about his childhood upbringing, and he saw a child that had no acting experience, and he's like, that's who I want to cast for because he saw him and he had the attitude. Yeah. He's like, I can direct that kid. That doesn't exist anymore, though. Like the found actor, the found actress, I don't think exists anymore. Every
once in a while. Yeah. I mean, there's that one actor in Euphoria who's now passed away, but he was picked up in the streets.
Really?
Yeah.
So it does happen sometimes.
It does.
That seems so sketchy,
Cloud.
though.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Have you seen the LA streets recently? Like, I don't know if I want to be picked up off the LA streets.
But isn't that the dream?
But that is the dream, right? That's the Oklahoma girl that moved over to LA to get the gig.
Yeah, they see me walking around. That's happened to also Rosalind Sanchez, who's a Puerto Rican actress. They found her, I think she was like in a yard sale or something, and someone was like, this is the most gorgeous woman I've ever seen. You need to be on TV. So
start doing yard sales, okay?
Literally, I'm going to.
So one of the first like bigger roles you got, and this is a show that I watch, and is Cobra Kai. Like that was like you're in this legendary franchise, and you got to play Maria. How did you get the role first off, and what was the experience like on that?
So that was sent to my agent. It had like a weird name to it. It wasn't Cobra Kai, so I didn't know it was I didn't know it was a Cobra Kai audition. So the audition was like one page in English where I had to do an accent, like a Spanish accent.
Okay, you're like, okay, here we go.
And or I was like screaming Luis, and that was it. And
like, do I punctuate it?
I like? I'm like, oh my god, you're my hero. And then that was it. Then a few weeks, maybe a month later, I got a call from my agent. She's like, hey, that project that you auditioned for, which when she said that, I'm like, which one? She's like, it was Cobra Kai, and they want you on set tomorrow.
So you had to fly out?
I drove.
You drove?
I drove like 7 hours. I went home, I packed up, and then I headed out at like 3 a.m, I think, and drove all the way. I got COVID tested and then sent to set. I was sent to wardrobe where they picked out my outfits, and then I went to set and we filmed the scenes inside the house where we were smiling, and then where I was running after my son. It was such a wonderful experience.
Luis.
And I had to make up, like something while I'm running after him.
So you got to like ad-lib?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Which they didn't even catch it. I had to do ADR for it afterwards.
Oh my gosh.
Which was also a really great experience. But it was fun. It is the biggest set I've ever been on. And then while I was doing that, they started talking about Puerto Rico and finishing the scenes there. And I was like, what are you guys talking about?
Right.
And they're like, oh, we're finishing these scenes in Puerto Rico. And I'm like, I didn't know that. So like 2 months later, I was flown to Puerto Rico.
You can't drive there.
No, you can't. I was flown to Puerto Rico to finish our scene there. And that was amazing because I was there for a week. And if I wasn't on set, I was at the beach reading.
Oh my gosh.
It was a vacation.
Literally, that's amazing. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. Did you get to meet any of like the big stars on the show?
Yes, I got to meet Xolo. And I got to meet a few of the other actors, but it was very brief.
Oh, okay.
Because they're like big stars.
Yeah,
and,
they're just like they get their own trailers, whatever it is. You get to film it.
But they were super nice. They were talking about their podcasts and like future projects, and everyone was very lovely.
That's awesome.
I have no complaints, honestly.
Yeah, I wouldn't have asked you if you did anyway,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
try to spin this in the positive light, Sometimes we can go that way, but we're not here to trash anybody. All those are good. And then you did, I don't know how you would, that's Noche Buena?
Noche Buena, yeah.
Noche Buena.
Good job.
Thank you very much. I haven't seen it yet, but I kind of doing the research on it. No, I need to.
You need to.
It's it seems like a very feel-good movie.
It is.
In a sense, almost Hallmarky.
It is.
Is it a Hallmark movie?
It's not a Hallmark
okay,
movie, but
gotcha.
that was like kind of like a Spanish Hallmark
The Spanish.
movie.
Okay, and I
like
love that. Like,
yeah.
I had a guest on here earlier named Roy. I don't know if you've ever heard of him, and he's been talking about that. He wants to produce and direct and write all this a movie that is Filipino American version of like a Hallmark movie, but it has a little bit more depth than a Hallmark movie does. And yeah, so I came across that, I started reading, I was like, this is like a Hallmark. I'm like, my wife loves Hallmark movies. Maybe we can find this on streaming somewhere and look at it. But so that one, you actually had probably a bigger role. That one seemed like a more like you were filming longer for this one.
Yeah,
you were one of the top billings on it almost.
Yeah, I'm up there. So we filmed. It was actually a 2-week shoot. I filmed for 1 week, and then the lead actors filmed the week prior because they were very, very nice, and they scheduled me around my children's schedule.
Aw, what a blessing.
So the week I didn't have them, I filmed, and that was really awesome. This is a lovely Puerto Rican movie about Christmas Eve.
Oh.
And I play the mom of the lead actor who has passed away. Spoiler. And he travels back to the past, and he gets to live Noche Buena one more time, getting to experience like speaking to his first love and family and getting to spend time with me before I pass away.
Wow.
And it's very emotional, but very beautifully done. And it celebrates our culture in the best way. And I really loved being part of it. I also got to film with Rose Bianco, who's also in Cobra Kai. She plays the grandma.
Oh, nice.
And so it was kind of a full circle moment in that, because when we were filming on set, the first day is also the day season 5 got released.
Okay, so we were both being released, and you were like filming. You're like, oh my gosh!
I know. So it was really, really awesome to be able to do that.
That's good. Did you guys do a little watch party?
We did not.
Aww.
Well, kind of. Like we were watching it on our phones.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah,
and like
as
in
good as you
between,
can get.
in between takes. So and
A modern watch party.
Right, exactly. So because also those shoot days were very long as well.
Oh, I bet.
In Indy. So
that's one thing that's like. So I have a coach, personal trainer, and he does a lot of actors, athletes, everything. He says that training actors and keeping them on a fitness and like food regimen is one of the hardest things. He says much harder than athlete. People think the athletes are the hard ones, but he's like, no, like Ryan Reynolds is like one of his guys, you know. He's just like, no, like he's switching time zones. He's got 18-hour shoot days. He's doing his own stunts. He's like, and then he has to hit the gym, you know.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's our job as a coach not to just give you a training program, but it was just his whole point was like, we think actors have these glamorous lives, which the hard work leads to some glamour, you know. But it is those long shoot days, and you just like don't know. And then when's the call? Oh, the call's late, or so and so showed up late, and they were supposed to be the first call of the day, and it throws the whole thing off sometimes. And it was just a testament to like the hard work that goes into those things, just so you can entertain somebody else, right? And also to do your craft, because it's something that you actually enjoy doing.
Yeah, and then the long times of not hearing anything in between auditions, or no auditions sometimes for months at a time. So it's like you got to keep busy so you don't go crazy.
Yeah, how do you do that? How do you keep busy?
How do I keep busy? That's a great question. I dance. I do. Like I'm a mom, so I'm always busy with my kids. I have a full-time job so that I can pay bills.
Pay bills? You have to do that?
I know, right? I'm not living the American dream.
Not yet.
But I started taking like dance classes at one point so that I can, like learn.
So you can film the scene you want to film.
Right.
Yes.
I already knew it, but I'm just very bad at timing. So I wanted to learn how to be led also correctly and learn the spins. I just thought it was very fun.
Because you're normally the leader is what you're saying?
Right.
Okay.
I'm the lead. But, it's hard to let yourself be led. And I really learned how to be led.
I wouldn't know. I've never been led before. And I also don't know
You're
how to
supposed
dance,
to lead.
I'm supposed to lead, but I don't know how to dance
And you're supposed to make the woman look good.
Oh, gosh. I would fail miserably at all of it.
Say
So I'm not good at it. Oh, my goodness. I forgot where we were going with this. So the dance, everything.
The dancing.
Dancing,
I sang at my church. Yes.
Yes, I've seen that. So you said earlier before you grew up kind of singing too, or that was like one of your passions?
I just loved singing since I was a little kid. That's what I wanted to do. I mean, like there's that cliche like kid holding like a fake mic and singing.
Of course.
That was me. Like my parents have pictures of me doing that, and so I would sometimes do like little performances at like. Mexican fiesta or something that we had, like a block party or something. I was just always trying to perform.
Was it like an impromptu performance? Like you're like, everybody's watching, they're going to look at me now? Or they were like, no, you're going on today?
No, it was like you signed up and you performed,
wow.
But I'm a little kid on mic.
You probably ate it up though.
No, I don't know if can't remember if I was any good. No, I can't remember.
No,
I think I black out these moments because of my nerves. Because I get a lot of nerves, but I love to do it.
Gosh, yeah. Nerves are good. That means you enjoy doing it. Like if you weren't nervous, it's something you don't care about,
Yeah,
do you get nervous leading worship?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah?
Like very, very, very nervous. Like I'll get nauseous. I have to use the bathroom.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I get nervous anything public-wise, if that makes sense. So I'm not a nervous person in general. Like you could put me in a room of 100 people and tell me I have to interact with all 100. No nerves at all. I could walk around, but you could tell me to speak in front of 100 people.
Okay.
I will be up, and it's like 6 days from now. I will not sleep for 6 days. Like, I am so nervous. So I was fortunate enough to have, like, my head person at Elevation, Esteban, him and his wife, and I've known her since she was about 17, 18. I've known him for 8 years now. And they got married, and they asked me to perform the wedding. I've never performed a wedding in my life. But it was also one of the biggest honors I feel like I could get as a human being. And they gave me like, it was like, I don't remember how many months in notice it was, but it was like, oh yeah, the wait's not for like 5 months or something too. I was nervous for 5 months. I'm not even going to lie. And I ended up revising it like weekly up until the night before because I was so nervous I was going to mess up their special day, you know?
Yeah.
But at the same time, it was such an honor to do it. But also, I'm a crier at weddings.
Oh,
so it was one of those where I tend to like also go like this, and my wife's like, "Stop that! You look ridiculous," you know.
When you're talking like this?
No, like when I'm about to cry, I'm like this, you know. And she's like more like weddings. She's like, "Why do you cry those?" You know. And I'm like, "Oh, this is beautiful," you know. And my daughter's a little more like I am, so I knew that if I looked in the crowd, I looked at my wife, I was gonna be fine because she was just like straight face, you're doing good, you know. But I looked over at my daughter. God, man, it was that like look on her face, like I'm getting teary-eyed thinking about it, like I'm proud of my dad for being up there type thing, and facing that fear of being up there, and I literally like started doing that because I was about to cry. I had to stick my hand in my pocket.
Yeah. Aww.
Anyways, yeah, the nerves are real because it was something that meant something to somebody else, and it was an honor to do. So getting on a stage, leading people in worship is an honor to do.
Yeah.
And I think there's an art to it.
Yes, but I'm the same way. Like if I see someone cry, I'll cry. And if I do that while I'm on stage, my vocal cords, like they constrict and it's game over. Like I cannot sing if I look.
Off, guys.
Yeah. Like my voice.
Awful.
My voice won't sing properly, so I can't look at people for the most part when I'm on.
Man voice.
Yeah. Jesus. So I can't look at people, or else and especially if I know they're going through something, I can't. So I have to look.
Like, where's
like
Jill
away.
sitting? I'm not going anywhere near her.
Yeah.
There's nobody.
Oh,
near
sometimes
Jill.
they sit in the front,
and
they're
right
just like
front?
watching you, like singing.
Oh my
and
gosh.
Like, oh, no.
That's when you're just like, you don't even like look at anybody, just at the glazed eyes that look out, you know?
Yeah. Or I do a lot of closed eyes. So I do a lot of closed eyes. I do a lot of walking back and forth because I love to praise God, to praise Jesus, and I want to lead people. But if my emotions take over, I don't want it to be an emotional performance in the sense that you don't really have control.
Because that was a thing in the church for a while. Like, let's make an emotional performance so that people get emotional, make a decision based on emotions that they cannot back up further in life.
Right,
you know?
right.
And that is something that I think was a bad path in the church in a sense. But that's a whole nother podcast, and we're keeping positive here and stuff. So where do you lead worship at?
So I lead worship at New Walk Church in Zephyr Hills.
Okay, wow, way out there. Is that where you live, out in Zephyr Hills?
No.
Oh, okay.
No,
Dang.
I don't. I used to live near, so it was an easy drive, but then I moved further out into the country, and so now it's like 45-minute drive.
What's the country?
Like Dade City,
You are way up there.
Yeah,
oh my goodness. Well, thank you for coming all down to Tampa
of course,
and slumming it with us.
You know what? I love Tampa.
In the city.
The city, yeah.
For you,
it is a city for
farm
us.
folks or whatever. Dade City is beautiful, though.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, we were just in Dade City, like, I haven't been in Dade City in years. We went twice recently because my daughter went to the Renaissance Fair that was out there.
Yes.
Worst road in the world leading up to that. It was...
Because it's like, it's one, isn't it? Like...
It's not even paved.
Yeah, it's not paved.
It's literally like so bumpy. Like trucks with 4-wheel drive are going like 12 miles an hour.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
us in our little Kia. What do we have? Kia Soul was going like 4 miles an hour because I thought the axle was going to break off. It was so bumpy. What we do for our kids, right?
Right. Yeah. I've been to that Renaissance Festival. It's very cool.
Yeah.
Very fun. Yeah.
It was neat. I mean, it was interesting. Not my cup of tea, but I would go and enjoy it still if I had to.
Do a turkey leg.
But the daughter went with her friends, so it was all fun. And we're just like, we're gonna drop you off. We're gonna go to the coffee shop in Dade City that we went to. That's in a beautiful old historic like looking building that has like an old like pump, like gas station pump in the front of it. Like it was so cool.
Yeah.
So we went back. We're just like, there was like a random like Sunday where we had nothing to do after church. I didn't have to work, and I didn't want to be asked to come in for something. Or if there's a plumbing issue, like we need to go to some small Florida town close by. It's like, let's just go back to Dade City because they have a cute downtown, you know. And it's just like,
and they're making it cuter.
Oh,
like,
really?
The people are coming. Yeah, that what it looks like now is not what it looked like a few years ago. It's like
really?
someone came in and like did one really good business, right? The brewery with the little restaurants and stuff. And then it went from there. Like people started buying. It became like real estate that you really want to get into. And now it's really, really cute.
Yeah, we even on our way up there, we started seeing people marketing like trying to go to 75 up. And then we started like the homes that are being built there and the townhomes are being marketed as Tampa. And I'm just kind of like, or Tampa Bay. You know? I'm like, guys, come on now.
Right.
Like, I get it. Marketing, you got to do what you got to do to get people out there. especially like way out there. But that downtown was cute, and they even had like a little gazebo in front of the old courthouse.
Yes.
You know, so it was like Gilmore Girls-y.
Yeah, and I had a friend get married there a couple of years ago during Valentine's Day at the like that area. It's so pretty.
I bet. Oh my gosh. All right, so we got on a tangent there.
We did.
You talked earlier about Noche Buena and being in like a Puerto Rican film, like, and I know something that's important to you is getting more representation of the Latino culture, the Latin culture, in film. What is the avenue for that to happen?
That's a great question. It's putting people in the rooms where these decisions are being made. Mm-hmm. If you think about it, Latinos make up 19% of the U.S. population.
50% in Tampa.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, so
I don't know,
many.
but it's pretty much it's a big one here.
Yeah, and then we make up 25% of revenue sales at movies. Same for streaming, but 6% of the leads and co-leads in films are Latino. So there's like this huge...
I love that you know these numbers too.
Yeah.
Like, you're passionate about this.
I looked it up.
No, I love it.
But there's this huge disparity. And then 1% of writers are Latinos, and those are the people that create the stories. There's about, it's like 3 to 4% of execs that make these decisions are Latinos. So when there is this huge gap, you don't see those stories on screen. I mean, we miss out on a lot of stories that could be in the theaters because there's not someone in the room creating these stories. There's not people taking it seriously. If we had really good storytellers in the room, if we marketed these films properly, I mean, we could see revenue in the billions because Latinos want to see themselves on screen. Yeah. They want to see themselves represented well. Mm-hmm. They want to see beautiful stories, and these stories need to be marketed well. Sometimes we have these shows that pop up, and because they're not promoted, they kind of like disappear in the background. Yeah. So those there's people that need to create their own stories. We need funding. There's another statistic that says that, these Latino shows, once they're promoted well, they outperform the budgets that they're given.
Which is what the goal is, right?
Yes.
For the people producing it.
Exactly. Yeah. And so we just need to see more representation. And it's not just about casting, it's about storytelling and really getting in the room.
Yeah, because it's not like there's this guy who's famously known for being cast as Hector.
Yes!
Like 28 times or whatever, you know what I mean? And it's just kind of like, that's not representation, That's like, or being like gangbanger number one, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, and like you were saying, going back to the original thing, I think it is a Hollywood problem in general. There's a lot of gatekeeping, there's a lot of closed doors, there's a lot of old heads that make all the decisions that only cast the same 7 people for everything.
Right.
And it happens to be like Brad Pitt and whoever it is, I don't even know who they are anymore. And it's something we talked about before. I've talked about this with with Blake, a little bit with Roy, and I think the whole Hollywood system right now is in a flux. It's in this situation where movement needs to happen. Shaking is already happening, and I think we need to keep shaking that foundation to allow certain things to happen. And I want to see more stuff personally. I've lived in Tampa my whole life. Tampa, I've been to LA. We've done the studio tours. We've done all those things. We have the same climate here. We have good population. We have good talent here. Why don't we make more films in Tampa? Like, you filmed one with the Latin, with you, like with everything you're trying to do, but there's no budget yet. It's getting a little bigger. Like Film Tampa Bay is helping a little bit with certain things, but it's still like, let's bring in Paul Rudd for a movie, which there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
But it's like, why can't we keep making stuff from here that actually has good talented people here? I don't want to see the talent leave Tampa. That was my thing growing up. I've always loved the city. When I was in high school, I'm aging myself here, graduated in the year 2000. And everybody at the time was like, Tampa sucks, I'm leaving Tampa. I was like, guys, you don't see the potential here? I'm staying,
Right.
And I want to build something here because Tampa, to me, is the biggest small town in America. I can go to a Sprouts or a Target or whatever and run into somebody I know, even though there's like 3 million people in this area.
Yeah.
And there's no reason why we shouldn't have a better film budget industry here.
Yeah.
And I know I'm ranting about because this is like something that like I'm not even in film, but I like when Ben Affleck made a movie that was set in Ybor City and they built a set in Georgia to mimic Ybor City because they couldn't film here. What are we doing?
Right. So we don't have the incentives that are competitive compared to Georgia and Louisiana. So everyone, obviously, when you're making a movie, you want to save money where you can.
Yeah.
And if you can film the same exact scene in Georgia and Louisiana, they're going to go there. Unfortunately,
Which is crazy.
it's
You
so
can build
sad.
an entire city block, and it's cheaper somehow than filming here.
Exactly.
That doesn't make sense to me.
Exactly. And so also that's another thing. Like we have to vote for people that really want to see us thrive in that way.
Yeah.
And we currently don't have those people in office.
Yeah.
So
We're a cultural hotbed. We are a melting pot of people, of mixed cultures, and talent that should not be leaving.
Yep.
Again, we got the beautiful infrastructure, the climate, everything you want. That's why people keep moving here, right? From California, from New York, from Chicago and stuff, because they want those things, but we're missing that one aspect. And I don't know. It might take you winning the lottery for $1 billion and creating a studio.
Right.
But,
that would be amazing.
Yeah, that would be amazing, right? It was my idea, so bring me on board if you do have that.
Will do.
So we were talking earlier about you do short films, you do small roles, you do commercials, you do worship, you do mothering. You have a full-time job. How do you juggle it all?
That's a good question. Sometimes I juggle it well.
And you're here
Yeah.
in Tampa when you live in Dade City doing this podcast. I mean, thank you so much for that, too.
Sometimes I juggle it well, and sometimes I don't juggle it well. But as I've gotten older, I've learned kind of how to split my time so that I'm pouring into myself as much as I'm pouring into other people. Sometimes that means not being able to do certain projects. I've been offered projects that I would wish I could have done, but I couldn't because the schedule didn't work right for me. Me being a mom, I don't like to take a lot of time away from my kids.
Don't blame you.
And so, or, like they wanted to film on certain dates and I couldn't. Sometimes it means I don't worship for 4 weeks because I need to take some time within those weeks for myself. So it's learning when to say no and when to say yes.
There's power in that, yeah. And it's hard. I'm a sucker for that. I'm a people pleaser. I tend to say yes too many times, and I've been learning lately to say no. Or to delegate a little more.
Right.
And it's hard.
Yeah, but no is a complete sentence. So
yeah, it's definitely a finite sentence, yep.
Yeah.
And I'm fortunate enough, starting my own businesses and stuff. I was talking with another guy who started his own business as well in coffee, and we don't have a 9-to-5 anymore, but we have a 24/7.
yeah, when you're a business owner,
Yes.
yeah.
But the good thing about that is instead of working 40 hours a week, work 120, but we get to pick our 120. So we're not destined to this 9-to-5. So I had the flexibility to take my daughter with me places, to spend time with her, to make sure I'm home for certain things. Those blessings are there for me and for us to even homeschool and put her in a private co-op and stuff so she still gets to be around other kids. And that wouldn't exist if I had the 9-to-5, which frees you up for your time, but it doesn't either, because then you're doing this thing that maybe you don't like, maybe it's soulless for you, or maybe you do like it, I don't know, and then you go home, then you got to give your energy to cooking dinner and cleaning up and find energy for your friends, for your family, for whoever it is, just to start the cycle over again. And that's what I was saying, you're doing that and just chasing your dreams, and I think that's something of value for people out there who have those same visions, it can be done.
Yeah, it can. And I've known people that juggle it a lot better than I do, and I find inspiration from that. And I like to ask people questions. And I think you gain wisdom from other people's experiences, and I'm trying to also help other people when I can as well.
Yeah, that's what my dad used to tell me was learn from other people's mistakes, not your mistake. And that was his thing. He would try to teach me from his mistakes sometimes too, but I was like, you don't know, Dad, you don't know.
You can't take advice from your family. It doesn't work like that.
It doesn't.
If my mom tries to give me advice, I love her to death. I love my mom. But when if something when she wants to give me advice, it just doesn't sit well with
No,
my
I'm sorry, Mom.
Yeah, sorry. I love you.
I know and I've learned that I have a kid, so I do know those things, and that's why I've learned so much more just by watching my dad. I learned work ethic, hard work, because I watched him. There were sacrifices he made to make sure our bills were paid, So I learned that from a young age, not because he told me, because I saw it. And that was one of the things with my daughter. She's, again, the creative mind, the creative soul. And I was just like, I was working. She knew I wanted to start a coffee shop, a roastery, a cafe. She knew I wanted to build community spaces for people. And at a certain point when she's young, like, you know, she believes me, and I'm telling her, you can chase your dreams too. But kids at a certain age, if they don't see you chasing them, they don't listen to what you say anymore. The actions only speak. The words are, mama, mama. It's like Charlie Brown.
Right.
And that was the most convicting part, was like she hit a certain age, and I was just kind of like, holy crap, like I've been talking about this thing for a decade now. I need to do this thing. Otherwise, she's going to get stuck in a cycle. And it's my job as a parent, that child that's in her, she needs to remain that child in her heart as an adult. That's the grow old, don't grow up, you know? And I think that's where we find joy in life. And you can find joy in every little thing you do. I think there's value in doing everything. I still have to clean bathrooms. I still have to do plumbing. I still have to do those hard things, admin work, taxes, the stuff that I don't want to do, that people are like, oh, the business owner just lives a great life. No, my hands get dirty every single day. But it's my dirty, you know, and I get to do it. And so, yeah, chasing those dreams is something that, you know, I think that's why we brought you on, because you're doing it. You have any upcoming projects that you can talk about or want to talk about?
Yeah. Did you want to do that line again?
I do, but I'm good. I fumble my words a lot. So people just know he's the guy that just rambles and fumbles his words. So I'm good. I don't need to go, like, I'm good. I don't get embarrassed, though.
I get embarrassed, and when I look back at this, I'm going to look at every single little thing, and I'm like, oh my gosh, why was my posture like that?
I keep doing that.
Why did I say that? Why did I stutter?
That's why I don't look at it. I just listen to it.
Okay, that's a good idea.
But it's also fun to look at it, because I look at it for the other person's perspective. So like after I record one, I go back and I listen to it to timestamp things. Because that was my biggest pet peeve. When I listen to a podcast I really like, but I don't have 2 hours to listen to something, or if there's like a guest on another one, it's a 3-hour podcast, I only want to hear certain snippets. I don't want to listen to the full 3 hours.
Really?
I want to hear you rant about politics if what I wanted to listen about was fitness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So find me the timestamp that has that. So I go back through and listen to every single one and timestamp. So there's something like, I had an author on here, and she had this silly thing where one of her characters, some fan art created like crop tops for the characters, you know what I mean? And her fans love that. So that was like a specific timestamp that through Spotify, you can actually share that one clip of her talking about it. And I was
That's
just like,
smart.
Yeah. And I'm like, I thank you. That's what I thought, because I'm not naive enough to think that people are going to listen to an entire episode of a guy they don't know talking to somebody, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm like, let's put the little snippets in there.
Yeah.
And they're going to be like, oh, cool. You had a wrestler on there. I only want to hear about it. I don't care about the coffee thing. Right. I only want the wrestling part.
That's true. That's true. No. Yeah. So as far as anything I have coming up, I mean, I'm a commercial actress, so I'm constantly booking commercial projects. Like I'll be on set the next few days, just
cool.
Yeah, doing photography for a restaurant, or I'll be at the beach tomorrow. Like that's amazing.
Slumming it. Oh my gosh.
I know. But as far as work, you know, TV or film, I'm constantly auditioning and I'm doing my own work. And I did book a feature, which is kind of like Contagion.
Okay, congrats.
Thank you, which I'm really excited about. But that's yet to be filmed. So
where does that one film at?
It will film in Tampa.
No way.
Yeah.
We're filming in Tampa. I love it.
So I'm really excited. Stay home. Yeah. So I'm really excited about that. But yeah.
Is there a title to it, or you're not allowed to say?
I'm not allowed to say anything.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I've talked with, I think you're the fourth person I've talked to now that has a acting or directing project that they could not tell me the name to. And I'm like, no.
Right. Unless you filmed it. Most of the time, you're not allowed to say anything.
And I get it. And I would never pry if there's an NDA signed and stuff, too. One of the guys, I won't say. Let me just say the script was left out somewhere, and I may have read a little bit of it.
Is it still here?
No, it's not. Actually, it might be, actually. I don't know.
Okay.
We'll see. I know my daughter's found it before, so. Okay. So that's cool. It gets to film in Tampa Bay. You get to stay close to home. What genre of it? That's the only thing I'll pry. Contagion. A little bit,
it's like a thriller horror. Cool. Yeah, which is not usually my genre. But I read the script and the parts that I'm in it, and I really liked it, and I thought it was fun because I love zombie movies.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like the only horror I will watch.
Interesting. I do like zombie movies. I don't like zombie shows.
Okay. Why? What's the difference?
Movies done. Like, I talked about this with Roy. Walking Dead is like, I don't want 19 seasons of something. Like
continuous.
I just don't want that. I watched 28 Days Later.
So good.
28 Weeks Later was good. 28 Years Later was good until the ending, and then did you watch the most recent one? The
I didn't.
one?
I didn't because it looked not like what I wanted to watch. It looked like too much. Yeah,
No,
I get scared easily.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I don't get scared easy. I like this stuff. It was just not good. I didn't like
No?
it. So.
Okay. Well,
But the
that's good to
originals
know.
were so good.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The original was really good.
Cool. All right. So you got the upcoming projects. I think we're done here. This has been a great
This
time.
has
I do
been
have some
wonderful.
rapid fire questions.
Yeah,
though,
okay.
For you.
I hope I can
did not
answer
give
them
them to you.
properly.
So say you hit it big. You've got everything going on. You've been a mother, all these things too. A movie is set, and somebody has to play you. It's your life. Who are you casting?
Someone. Okay, you know what? Because I get this a lot. Gina Rodriguez.
Okay.
She's a great actress, and we
Yeah.
look similar.
Okay.
She's great. I would like her to play me. Yeah.
I love it. Okay. Okay, if you could put Sidewalk Serendipity. Sorry, my handwriting is so tiny I can't even read it.
Okay.
If you put Sidewalk Serendipity into one director's hands to try to get it made into a feature, which director would you want to put it into?
Oh, that's a good question. You know what? I'm gonna go with Guillermo del Toro because he's Latino and he's amazing.
Okay, he would probably make it into some sort of like dark.
Maybe, yeah, and I'm okay with that.
It would be actually like a murderous
Yeah.
thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. He'd make it fantastic.
It would
He'd
be
make it
beautifully shot,
cinematic
that's
and
for
beautiful.
sure.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. But obviously you'd want to direct it yourself as a full feature. I know that.
I would be okay with just being in it and having him direct me, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
He's like, actually, we're going to have you be the assistant director over here. Just sit behind me. But it'll be a great learning experience,
It would be.
Your go-to coffee order. Because at the end of the day, that's where we met, over in the coffee shop. What is your go-to coffee order?
I'm not going to mention the place that I go to because...
Girl, don't.
Girl, don't. But I recently had coffee with ube
Oh, okay,
and coconut.
yeah.
So good. But then my normal go-to is anything like a mocha. Chocolate
Okay.
latte.
Mocha latte, hot or iced?
Hot.
Hot, okay.
Even
Always
if
hot.
it's like super hot outside, I'll have hot.
Thank you. I am the same way.
Yeah.
Give me hot coffee.
Hot
I'm usually
coffee.
black coffee, but I just want it hot. The only time
Yeah.
I don't know, if there is like a special like treat, like we do sometimes like a specialty drink that is ice.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get it. Like an espresso tonic is really good with like an actual like twist of like orange in it or something.
Mm-hmm.
Delicious. We do like an espresso old fashioned at Elevation sometimes. So that's like, it's an ice drink, comes with a big cube. Yeah. It's a fun drink, but it's fast. But I like to sip on coffee, and I think it's supposed to be hot.
I can't do like black coffee. I will say I was on set and
Big blockbuster film.
and it was a commercial set, right? And there's this guy named David. He was part of the staff there, and he made the best café con leche just for us. And so, like, every day that I was on set, I was like, can you please make one? And I was just like...
2 of them, please.
yeah. And he would make them, and they were so fantastic every
What was so
single
good about
time.
it?
He made them with love.
There you go.
I think that's what it
That's
was.
the key.
Yeah.
That's like, and growing up in Tampa, because we have, you got the Cuban, you got the big Colombian here, and Puerto Ricans. It's like the cafe con leche is different with all of them. And so we get that a lot when somebody comes into one of the elevations. Do you do a cafe con leche? I'm always like, where are you from? So it's because like sometimes it's just they want it Miami style, too.
Okay, so you
which
make
is,
it different.
So we try to make it different, and we've learned like even like the Colombian style isn't even with espresso. It's actually with like just regular drip coffee. And I'm like, I did not know that.
I didn't know that
Yeah,
either.
it was. I'm like, cafe con leche in Tampa to me has always been espresso, steamed milk, sugar,
Yeah.
and
That's how I like it.
that's how you like it. Yeah, that's kind of like I grew up drinking bad coffee. I always like to say like the Cafe Bustelo, like the stuff that was like
I swear by Café Bustelo.
Ah,
Okay? So
it
sorry.
is- no, it's okay. That's what I grew up on, but it needed a ton of cream and sugar because it tastes like an ashtray if you drink it black.
And that's probably why I don't like it black.
Yeah, that's why you need to broaden your horizons.
Okay. You're going to help me?
Yes, I will help you. I got you. I will
Okay.
send you to a place in Dade City, and then every time you're in Tampa, let me know. We'll get
Okay.
coffee.
Sounds good.
I got you. And then, who's the one director, not named Guillermo del Toro, that you would love to act for?
Roy Saringa.
She's like, I've been there, done that.
I would love to work on his
Class of 97.
class of 97.
Honestly, I'm so
I
excited. I
want to
want that to
be
happen.
his SB. Just throwing that out there.
Throwing it out there. Roy, we're not acting like you're right there behind the camera, but I'm looking in the camera for when you do watch this later. cast this. I'm going to see the movie. When it does happen and it's in a theater, we're renting the theater out anyways. It's going to happen. And I do want to see you in one of the lead roles.
Okay.
But other than Roy Siringo, is there a director? Martin Scorsese, Steven Spielberg.
You know what? I would like to be in a Christopher Nolan film.
Oh, that would be so
Period.
cool.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, who wouldn't? I just want to be on set for like 20 minutes. And that's it. Just to watch. I just like watching people who are masters at their craft do their work. I think that's amazing. And then final advice for the person out there that's going to listen to this that is also like maybe in a similar situation, or they're just a young person. It's like, how do I break into this? Do you have any advice for them on chasing that goal and dream? Whether it's acting, directing, writing, because you've kind of done it all. Yeah. What's the advice you give them?
Great question. This is this is like when there's so much that goes into acting and starting out. I think learn how to take advice from people that are experienced in their craft and that are booking, because you'll get a lot of advice from people that don't know what they're doing. And I would also say do it afraid. Sometimes I think our fear keeps us from doing certain things because we're scared of what people say. We're scared of failing. And I think in this industry, the only way you grow is through trial and error.
Well said. Yeah. I mean, the advice from people who don't know what they're doing is so true. The amount of people that want to give me advice on how to run a coffee shop, but have never owned a business, never owned a coffee shop, never dealt with customers on a day-to-day basis, like, I don't need your advice. I'm so sorry. Like,
and everyone has an opinion. Everyone
the thing. Advice
has
and opinions are two different things. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think there's not a linear path. Like, everyone has their own path and their own way to success. There's big stars out there that say, they've done it one way. That doesn't work for everyone.
Yeah. And there's also the old adage of, I think it was Molly Shannon that said it. They were just kind of like, how did you get to this point? She's just like, I didn't quit. Mm-hmm. She goes, I 1,000 no's to get the one yes, to get the next yes. I just took the role. And then another actor I had on here, Daniel Roebuck, he's been in 400 things. Yeah. And that was his thing. He goes like, I will take any role. He goes, I'm not above a role. Mm-hmm. One day shoot, I'll do it. A week shoot, I'll do it. He's like, as long as it fits my timeline. Because right now he directs and does a lot of other stuff himself, like a lot of the projects he wants to do. But he's a character actor. He's like, I will take any role. He goes, and that's why I've been able to keep going for so many years, because I don't say no.
Yeah.
And so it's funny. I just will randomly see him, like, he's a regular at one of my shops when he's in town. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, dude, I literally just saw you on like 911 or whatever it is. Yeah, it was a fun shoot. I did 5 days on that, and I'm just kind of like, it's so cool that you're out there still doing these things. He goes, oh, you don't even know how many projects I got in the works right now,
Shout out to his wifey, because I've worked with her a couple times on commercials.
Tammy.
Yeah, I think she's amazing. So.
Oh, Tammy is awesome. And Tammy actually dropped him off here so that he could do the podcast with me that one day. And then she was like, but you have to take him home. I was like, yes, ma'am, I got you. Okay. She's great. He always says that, like, he's the one that's the head in the clouds, all the ideas. She's the one that writes them down and says which ones will actually work.
Yeah.
And that's a good balance to be able to work with them like that. So,
a great team.
Yeah, you got to have a good team for that too. So, where can people find you?
They can find me on social media, Instagram at It's Elvia Hill. And that's about it.
Yeah. And anybody booking out there? Do you have an agent, or is it just go through you?
I do. I'm with Blanco in Texas and LA, and then I'm with Brevard in Tampa. And yeah, you can reach out to them. You can reach out to me on social media. I'm always open.
That's awesome. Go watch Sidewalk Serendipity, everybody. It is a fantastic short film, 8 minutes that you are going to love. And you'll get to see some of the old Elevation location. One of our baristas working in the first B-roll shot too. You don't want to miss it. YouTube, it's on, pretty much anywhere, right?
It's on YouTube.
YouTube,
you can find it on
yeah.
YouTube. Yep.
That's where I watched it. So I was like, it's on YouTube, right?
Yeah,
okay,
and I threw it on there. I'm like hoping everyone watches it and enjoys it. And
I've shared it a few times. I shared it with my whole staff. I was just like, you guys got to watch this. Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
No, it's such a great film.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being on.
Thank you for having me.
My pleasure.